Are you a professional planning to become a business analyst, but you have apprehensions and concerns about the transition? What are the prerequisites to become a business analyst? Are there minimum required skills? So what are the typical soft skills which are important for a business analyst? Are you a professional planning to become a business analyst, but you have apprehensions and concerns about the transition? If that is the case, then be with me as I am going to address all the most commonly asked questions and concerns raised by business analyst aspirants. Let me start with the first question. What are the prerequisites to become a business analyst? There is no need to have a technical background to become a business analyst. That is the first thing you should note. We have seen several professionals from sales, marketing, teaching, travel, and many other diverse backgrounds becoming a business analyst. You can see several such cases available on our YouTube channel. We have conducted interviews with these professionals who have successfully transitioned to a business analyst profile. Some of these you can also see on your screen. The business analyst is one of the few roles where professionals from any background can transition. There is absolutely no restriction. But please understand that as you're transitioning to a new role, it requires certain knowledge and certain skills to be attained before you can become a business analyst and succeed. So what are these skills? Let's have a look at these skills. Are there minimum required skills? And what are these skills to become a business analyst? But before I answer this question, let me ask you. You can see some of these skills on your screen. What do you think about these? Which one of these are required to become a business analyst? Let's take a few seconds to think about it and then I'll answer the question. So first of all, let me tell you that you don't need to learn all these skills which you see on the screen to become a business analyst. If you have been thinking like that, that's not correct. So, if you want to become a business analyst who is also going to work or who is supposed to work on a data related project, because many business analyst job descriptions include working on a data analytics project, then the skills which you need are something which you can see on the screen. So this is typically, or these are the typical skills which you need to learn if you want to become a business analyst in a data project. So read the job description carefully and then you will understand that for this role there are specific skills requirement. But if you are looking for a business analyst who works on a software application or an enterprise application or a web application which are not data analytics project, then what you need are the skills which you can see on the screen. So these two are two different profiles, and because of these being different in nature, the skills requirements are also different. So don't try to learn all these skills together and hope that you will fit into one of these. These are totally different profiles and also require different aptitudes. But since we are talking about skills, let me tell you that soft skills are equally important for a business analyst role. Now this is true for both the roles. So what are the typical soft skills which are important for a business analyst? As you know that business analysts are customer facing roles, so you typically need presentation skills, active listening, negotiation skills and communication skills. These are just the top 4 soft skills required for a business analyst. So if you feel that you may not be good in these skills, start working on these. So next important question is about the time or the duration it takes to become a business analyst. So if you are a working professional, then the time is of the essence, and I will put the overall duration on an average to be around 3 to 4 months. Okay, you can take a little less time than this, you can take a little more time than that depending on how busy is your schedule. But this is the average duration which we have seen to be ideal duration for transition to a business analyst role. This also takes into account the effort required or the time required to prepare for a certification exam like ECBA. And that is the next point which I am going to take up. So another important question is ECBA required to become a business analyst? How important is the value or how important is this certification? Well, if you're coming from a non-IT background or you're completely new to business analysis, then ECBA or any certification like that becomes very, very important. And at the moment, ECBA is the most popular certification in the industry. So how does it help? The most important role which ECBA certification plays is that it helps you in getting shortlisted for the job interviews, because it's a certification from a very reputed body like IIBA, and that enhances the profile, and because of that the employers do believe that you must be having some minimum knowledge about ECBA. Now, as you know, ECBA exam format is going to change in July 2025 or from July 2025. If you are not aware of that and you want to know more about it, please visit our YouTube channel to understand more about it. Another question which is commonly asked is, how should I modify my resume? Should I show my experience which you have already had but not as a business analyst in the resume and show yourself as an experienced business analyst? So let me answer it in two parts. Number one, should you show your previous experience as a business analyst? The answer is no, because you need to then justify that both in the interview as well as on the job. And since you don't have that real experience, you will find it very difficult to justify that in the interview as well as in the job. So avoid that embarrassment. Number two, how should you modify your resume? So first, your first section or the topmost section on your resume on the first page must enumerate and list down the key skills which are relevant for the business analyst role. So if you have done some kind of customer interactions in the past, do mention that. That is very important. Or mention all the skills which you have learned in your training program for becoming a business analyst. So this is the first section which is also scanned by automated resume profilers and also by the employers. So that is important. The next section is about putting some details about your project. So let's say you are new to business analysis, so you must not have done any project. But if you're doing a program, any training program, the training program must include some kind of real life project or a capstone project, so that you can mention also on the first page. At least it is better than having nothing. So don't try to put your employment description, because it is not, especially if you are from a non-IT background. Okay. Also, if you are ECBA certified, do mention that so that employers can see it upfront. So these are some of the changes which you must make in your resume. So before I end this video, let me give you a couple of more points. Number one, do find some time to prepare for the interview, because interview is the make or break thing, right? Ultimately, whatever you have learned, whatever you have worked hard for, ultimately this all culminates into 1 or 2 sessions with the employers, which are interviews. Now these days also remember that interviews have become more practical. So you are asked questions to write a user story or draw some process diagrams. Also, sometimes you are given a case study to solve. So it's very important that you learn it practically. Last but not the least, remember, business analyst profile is one of the most important profiles which are still going to be relevant even in the artificial intelligence dominated world which we are going to live in for the next few decades. That is because artificial intelligence can automate many repeatable tasks like data entry, like call center jobs, like many other things which AI can successfully complete. But what it can't do is to handle customers. What it can't do to analyze things. It still doesn't have that ability to behave like a human brain. It can't negotiate. It can't take make decisions like human minds make. And all of these qualities are important for the business analyst role. So if you're trying to become a business analyst, please go ahead and do it, because this is one of the most promising and long-lasting profiles in the industry today. And business analysts are not only in the IT industry, they can function in any kind of industry, banking, financial world, it can be anywhere. So there are plenty of scopes also to grow. So I wish you all the best. Thanks for being with me. See you in the next video.